Hello, and welcome to another episode of Madam Suzanne. Today, I'll be talking to you about where beliefs come from. When I was at the gym today, I started reflecting and thinking back about where does my own belief come from, my own belief system. And I was looking back, and I was really being honest with myself. I started with my earliest memory at about 2 years of age. What influenced me the most was my mom, who was a stay-at-home mom, and she spent every waking moment with me. And she was very kind, very sweet, very loving, very caring. And that influenced me because I have a lot of those traits built in me. Then I fast forward, in my second farthest memory was starting school and becoming interactive with other children my age. And I remember certain teachers. This one particular teacher that I still remember today wanting to give her a yellow dress for Teacher's Day. And I was probably about 5 or 6 years old. That affected my belief system because she used to teach us a lot more than just what the curriculum was, which is math, science, history, whatever the curriculum was at the time. She used to talk to us about being kind to one another, being loving to one another, being respectful. And I still remember that at a young age. And then fast forward to probably when I was 9 or 10, and we used to go to this club every summer that we belonged to, like a country club. And my interaction with other kids in the club and starting martial arts, and my teacher in martial arts having an effect on me, certain philosophy, which coincided with the reason why I got into martial arts, which was media, film. I got into Bruce Lee movies at the time at about 7 or 8 years old, and I wanted to mimic everything that Bruce Lee did. I loved not only his self-defense techniques, but also his philosophy on life. The art of fighting without fighting, to always keep your eye on the opponent, be careful with being blindsided. All these things that he spoke about, be like water, which is very dependable, just take any shape with people and in life in general. So that influenced me as well, and influenced a certain set of my belief system. So the movies had an influence on me. I remember that movie. I remember The Godfather, which I saw when I was about 10. My mom took us to see it for whatever reason. That had an influence on me as well, which came to fruition later on in life. So media has definitely an influence on us and everything else that I used to watch on TV, as far as whether it's cartoons like the Flintstones or the Jetsons or Popeye. I wanted to be strong like Popeye, right? So the media definitely has an effect on our belief system. And also I started thinking about growing up as a Catholic kid in a Catholic family. We were from a Maronite denomination, which is a very, very strict old-fashioned Catholic. Our Mass was still in Latin, which came straight from Italy. So that had an effect on my belief as well. And my mom is still to the day, she's a devout Christian. And that also had a total effect on my belief system back then. And I think it still does, involuntarily and subconsciously. It has to affect me in a way that I'm not even aware of. So religion definitely has an effect on our belief system. Fast forward to when I was around 13, I started hanging out with different crowd of friends at school, people that wanted to party and do a little mischief and stuff, and that had an effect on my belief system. My best friend at the time was kind of a little bit of a slickster. He was a little slick, so I started picking up stuff from him, and that had an effect on my belief system as well. Fast forward, when I was about 20 or 21, I saw the movie Scarface, and that had a profound effect on my belief system, because I believed, because of that movie, that if you got the money, you got the power. You got the power, you got the women. And incidentally, I did reverse that formula unintentionally, but that's what happened in my life. But I did end up selling drugs for a while. I wanted to be Tony Montana, and believe me, that had an effect on me, so much so that I quit my job and also the movie Pumping Iron, and moved out here to the West Coast, to San Diego, to start a new life of bodybuilding competitions and being a influential, powerful drug dealer that made a lot of money and influenced a lot of people and got to women. So media has a lot of influence on us. The point of this video is not to talk about myself, about what my belief system is or what it was and where it came from and how am I today. More importantly, I started marketing my second book, which is How I Made $1 Million a Year as an Upscale Escort, which is basically a blueprint of the escort business system I developed over a 20-year period online, operating as an escort agent. And to be honest with you, I did a little experiment, if you will. I contacted every advertiser in the country from 50 states in every major city. If I were to guess, I would say probably about 15,000 escorts. I only had about maybe 5 or 6 negative. I contacted them through email because I didn't want to bother them over the phone. I only had about maybe 5 or 6 negative responses. I had 90% no response, which is typical in this industry. And I had about 4 or 5% positive response. And incidentally, what let me think about doing this video today and even starting that thinking process is that I had one negative response from somebody that mentioned in the email back, which is, oh, so you want to teach us how to get busted too? So I stopped to think about it and I'm like, well, I could see how this person would think that because I did get busted, even though my goal of writing the book is to help others not to fall in the same footsteps I did, and to give them the information that I gathered over a 30-year career on the smartest thing to do every step of the way. But surprisingly, that one person, because of whatever their belief system is, decided that to look at this particular email that I sent as a negative. So when I send the emails out, I don't solicit anything. I just tell them, look, I'd like to offer you this book for free if you'd like it. I invite you to do an interview with me on my channel. and then I'll send you the books. It's an even exchange. An hour of your time, I'll give you a couple of books, the audio, the e-version, whatever I got, say worth, maybe $100 or $200, whatever it is. And I let them know that the most important part of this mission of mine is not that I'm making any money in the last 6 months since I've been doing this. I've made very little money. I've spent a lot more money than I made, and believe me, I need the money. But the point is that I'm trying to help in my own way people in the industry to feel better about themselves and to have self-worth and to be safe. Basically, my mission is to educate, inspire, and motivate, and changing the perception about the people that we have in the industry. And you've heard me say this a million times, that not all of us in this industry, because we have to do it, is that we want to do it, we enjoy it, and we're not on drugs, we don't have any alcoholism issues or whatever issues, addictions. This is about doing something that you like and providing a much needed service to people that need it. And it's all consenting adults and all that jazz that we talk about, legalization, all that. So it was just really interesting, is like, what made that person have a negative outlook on a simple email? It says a lot about them than myself, because I'm sorry if I solicited you, if that's how you look at it, or if I'm spamming you, that's how you look at it. I really don't see anybody else doing what I'm doing. So in my defense, I'm trying to provide you with something. For me, it's very valuable. This is 20 years of my life online. And I paid dearly, not only with the consequence in 2017 with the legal system, but also of my time, effort, sacrifice, hard work, dedication, you fill in the blank. I want you to think about one thing today. This is all I'm asking. And this is not for me. This is 100% for your benefit. Think about what your beliefs are. And if you don't know them, think about certain situations that come across your desk or your life or your everyday life and the way you react to them. Think about how you react to, say, my videos or the subject matter, whether it's positive or negative. And I want you to ask yourself, where does that belief come from? Is it from a religious background? Is it a acquired belief? Is it something that you were built in growing up from your parents, your environment, friends, school? Think about that. Why do we believe what we believe? Where does that come from? If we see a homeless man on the street with a big sign that says, "We'll work for food," and your immediate reaction is, "Yeah, right, I bet you're on drugs." Or, "Oh, poor guy, let me give him $1. It's not going to kill me." Or, "Oh, you know what? I need somebody to do my lawn. Let me give him $20 to mow the lawn, or $30, whatever it is." Whatever your first true, organic, real, genuine thought is, next time you have one, analyze it and ask yourself one question. Where does that belief come from? Why do I believe that this guy is a con artist, or this guy is a drug addict, or this guy needs a job, or this guy needs the money, or so far and so forth? Just like Mahatma Gandhi said, your beliefs become your thoughts become your words, Your words become your actions. Your actions become your habits. Your habits become your values, and your values become your destiny. You've heard me use this philosophical term many times because it is so true. Whatever our belief system is, it becomes our thoughts. We start thinking about it. We start verbalizing it. We start acting on it. It becomes a habit. It becomes a value. And finally, it becomes our destiny. See the transition? So everything starts with a belief system. You are what you believe. So if you believe I'm doing something good, you go back and ask yourself, why do I believe that? If you believe that I'm doing something bad or evil, go back and ask yourself, why do I believe that? There's no right or wrong here. It's self-assessment. It's self-awareness. And you can do this with every situation and every relationship in your life. When somebody does A, B, or C, why does it bother me? Why do I like it? Why do I like A, B, and C and dislike Y, X, and Z? Where does that belief start and get to where I'm at today? Think about that. Analyze it. But you got to be honest with yourself. And the very first thought, not what you think you should believe, but what you truly believe and think. That's what's important. That's the real assessment of who you are, what your beliefs are, and why do you believe them is even more important. What got me to believe that dealing drugs is going to get me a lot of money, is going to get me a lot of women in power? Is it just Tony Montana in Scarface? Is it my father's emphasis on you are worth what you have in your pocket as far as money? Or is it the materialistic world that I came in contact with at a young age? Where does that belief come from? I'm thinking about it today as we speak. I believe I was put in the right position at the right time to do what I'm doing today. I'm putting my life on the line. I'm putting my freedom on the line. I'm putting my everything on the line. Survival. To do what I think or I believe my mission is today. That came from 20 years in the business online. That came definitely from what happened to me on January 31st, 2017, which is getting arrested for running brothels in Orange County, California. That came from serving 38 months in a California prison for something that should be legal, that nobody got hurt, there's no victims. The woman came to me to work and continued wanting to work. And this is what caused me to come back to work after retirement, then getting in trouble. I don't know if you saw the interview with Tanya that I did last week. And if you haven't, please do so. She used to work with me. And she said if she was active today and I was active today, she would only do it if she was to work with me. She would never do it again without me. And of course, I'm retired. That's not going to happen. The clients loved it. Nobody was forced to do anything they didn't want to do. Nobody got ripped off. Nobody got taken. Nobody got hustled. Everybody was happy. So all these things, all this time, and me thinking about what do I do next? How do I flip this from a negative to a positive? How to flip that coin? And it's only in society's mind, not in mine. Did I do something illegal in Orange County, California from 2012 to 2016, 17? Yes. Do I think it should be legal? Yes. Do I think I should have been sent to prison for 38 months? Absolutely not. Do I think they should have taken every single dime I made, working 17, 18 hours a day, 7 days a week? Absolutely not. Do I think they deserve some taxes out of this? Absolutely yes. I would have been more than happy to give them the 30% or whatever it is comes out to. And this is why I'm doing this today. I want to change the perception from a negative to a positive in this industry and the people that it's in it, the good people that are in it, doing it for the right reasons. I want to change the perception about the clients that use the services. It's natural. They're going to use it. You can't stop them. They're their own free will. They're free people. We're living in the United States of America with a constitution. You should be able to do whatever you want if you could, as long as you don't hurt anybody else. And they're paying good money for it. The women want to do it. Nobody's forcing them to do it. They're still going to do it. Go online and see how many women are working today. I saw so many people doing my marketing for the second book. I saw so many women over 50 doing this. I've never seen so many mature women doing this in my entire life, my entire career. Obviously, they need to do it. It's a need for somebody at 50 plus or 60 plus to be doing this. It's not that they all of a sudden woke up and says, oh, I think I'll be an escort today. There's a need for it. Just like they need to go get a job. Maybe they couldn't get a job. Maybe they don't have the right skills. Whatever the reason is, this was a viable option for them to do it. Who am I or you or anybody else to say they can't do that? So that's my belief. And I'm going to stick with it until the end. There's going to be a movie. There will be a Netflix series. There will be a documentary. And there will be talks about legalization and decriminalization. I promise you that. Thank you so much for watching this. I really appreciate you. And I hope you got the lesson out of this video. Stay safe, stay healthy, and stay happy. And if you have not found your happiness, please look within yourself. It's there. Find it. It's there. Thank you.